Alright, so with the recent beef going on right now in the world of rock, I thought I'd share my thoughts and opinions on Nikki Sixx and the feud with Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. That's been making the rounds recently. I read an article about all this on Loudwire, and I just saw a video from Rockfeed about the beef between these two iconic rock stars. Uh, all right, so in my opinion, like I said on the comments, uh, I love and respect rock music. I don't pick sides. That's just my opinion. I'm sure you guys have yours. Pearl Jam. Um, I I've I think they're the most respected bands that ever come out over the '90s era, and um, and uh, and they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Eddie Vedder, the most respected frontman, in rock music. They're very respected the rock music industry. The most respected bands in the grunge era. That being said, I've I've yeah, I saw the documentary Perch on Pointy. I've seen it, and also I also have posted, uploaded, I've done videos on the band from segments from VH1, greatest artists of all time and greatest artists in hard rock. They're up they're on my video. They're uploaded in my YouTube page. In case you want to see it. And I think I respect them 100%. And and uh, Eddie Vedder is a Midwestern boy from Chicago. Uh, Same as Tom Morello, and you know how much I love my people from the Midwest, and how much I love Midwestern kids. Uh, transplant to San Diego, and I've heard some of their songs on regular rock radio and on YouTube. The Temple of the Dog was a great band. I am not. I don't say it's. I am not like a huge fan. I'm not like the biggest Pearl Jam. Other than I know Michael McCready is a metalhead. He was influenced by Michael Schenker of UFO. He's friends with Dr. Kagan, Guns N' Roses. Same area as Nikki Sixx, Seattle, Washington. Also attended the same high school. That was he went a decade after Nikki Sixx, and how old he is. I shouldn't say that. And 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 Mike McCready was on appeared on that Mellow show with Eddie Trunk, Don Jimson, Jim Floyd, saying out about his passion for metal and hard rock, and he grew up a hard rock and metal fan in Seattle, and he's one of the guitar players in Pearl Jam, and that's where my mind goes is because I respect Pearl Jam, and I think Michael McCready is a great guitarist, and and I have to he's a metalhead. I support whatever he does. Great guitar player. As his partner Scott Gosland, Gosward, I can't pronounce his name, but he's the other guitarist. So but like I'm trying to say is that I'm not a big Pearl Jam fan. I'm not a huge fan of the band's music. I don't have their albums or their box sets or anything because they're not a metal band, and they're not my my favorite band of all time, and I don't own any of their material. And I like some of their songs, but I'm not a huge fan. To make that clear, and I respect them. There are the Grateful Dead of this generation, and respect their music and what they've done for the grunge movement, and and coming out of the Seattle scene, and but I'm not a huge fan. And even though I love Mother Love Bone, uh, I think uh, Mother Love Bone were a better band than Pearl Jam, to be honest. So back to this feud. Yeah, now going into metal side, the glam metal side. Uh, I love Nikki Sixx. I love Nikki Sixx and Mötley Crüe. I'm a huge Mötley Crüe fan. I own about 2 Mötley Crüe t-shirts. I have the first album, Too Fast for Love, on vinyl. That I was very fortunate to get, and I played it numerous times. I'm a huge Mötley Crüe fan. I've been a fan since I was officially in high school, and I love Mötley Crüe, and set to watch the Pam and Tommy. I mentioned on my last video, but I love Mötley Crüe and Nikki Sixx. Aside to the wife, I'm in love with them, and I love my white boys. I have a thing for white boys and white men, and Italian, beautiful tattoos. Uh, I love white men. I love to be with them. I love to spend time with them. I love my white meat. And this is no disrespect to the black men out there in the black community. That's just me. You know, I'm like Whoopi Goldberg times 10 or a Halle Berry. It's another story. Uh, you know, I love Nikki Sixx, and I thought of him a lot. And I'm trying to say I'm attractive, very attractive to men who are very creative and have an entrepreneurial side to them. And Nikki Sixx is one of them, and I love that, you know, bad boy, tattoos, skinny type, musician type males. I'm not into fancy and that. So, so yeah. So, so this feud basically got me coming around, and then I just think that in general, you know, the whole entire glam metal scene, especially in the '90s, you know, hit a wall, and grunge took over and destroyed these bands. Grunge didn't last long either. It only lasted what 5 years, and then boom, it was over. Similar to what happened to hair metal in the '80s, going into the '90s. So, look, I love my rock music, but Nikki Sixx and Eddie Vedder, it seems to me they come from totally different worlds, totally different generations of rock. And Nikki grew up in the '70s, influenced by glam rock. Eddie Vedder grew up in the '80s, more inclined with the alternative crowd. REM, he inducted REM into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before they broke up, and also the Smiths, obviously, same with Johnny Marr on stage. I've seen a clip of it on YouTube of that. That was cool. And the Ramones, he inducted, which Nikki Sixx and the guys in Mötley Crüe were influenced by and are fans. And so, especially Nikki Sixx being a bass player and songwriter. So, in my opinion, I don't pick sides. I think they're great bands in my book, and I love rock music. I have my alternative side and my metal, but like I said about Pro Jam, I'm not the biggest fan of that band, but respect their music. Nikki Sixx, I adore and love and want to be with him. And I have that's all I want to say. And I think these guys, this stuff happens all the time in the media. Rock stars beefing each other and disliking each other. Eddie Vedder did mention he loved Guns N' Roses. Obviously, there's a connection because Nikki Sixx and Slash are buddies, and Guns N' Roses or with Mötley Crüe, and were part of that scene until an issue with Vince Neil and Axl, along with Izzy, and that sort of like the whole thing. But there's a Mötley Crüe connection there, and Eddie Vedder mentioned Guns. Respectful opinions all around, not calling anyone out or them out, but it happens all the time. And in my opinion, I love rock music, and I've listened to both bands, but I lean more towards Mötley Crüe than